Welcome to the family with our special guest.
This is, this is unbelievable. I feel like we have not like a Frank and Jerry relationship.
Frank and Jerry?
No, I meant Dean and Jerry.
Dean and Jerry.
Right. Frank and Jerry.
Frank and Sammy
Frank
Davis.
tolerated Jerry.
Yeah,
in a way.
Yes, I think that, yeah.
And then Rickles would say, I got to be nice to Frank because I haven't seen an ant in New Jersey in a couple of years.
Well, that'll happen. I did love it when he went up. Anyway, we'll go to break and then we'll come
We
back.
don't want to digress. Oh, we're going to the break. You were just introducing me.
Yes.
I mean, nobody told me I didn't have a shot during the first segment to kill. What's up with these freeways? More like you have to pay gas.
We'll be back right after this with the family. Michael Bryant, Brad Sean Bryant, what's the latest?
Well, basically, we're trying to represent people who have been hurt, then talk to them before they talk to an adjuster. One of the key points is to make sure you know what your rights are before you start talking to the insurance company, and they start asking you questions or they try to settle your case early and cheap.
Well, what's interesting to me is, a lot of people have fear of attorneys. It makes them very uncomfortable. They get nervous about it. What should I do? I've known Michael for years and years now, and I would highly recommend you. So that should be good enough for everybody, because I don't endorse people who are dirtbags.
Well, I appreciate that. But I guess the key is people think I'll charge them if I talk to them.
Right.
So a lot of people call me up. It's like, how much is this going to cost if you call me back? Like, you want me to call you back? How much will that cost? I don't charge people. The only way I get paid is if we recover, if we get money from the other side. And there's a lot of people I talk to that I never get paid for that are just part of giving them advice to make sure they know what they can do and what their rights are.
And your record's terrific as well, we should point out.
Well, it works. It's been good.
It's been good, ladies and gentlemen.
It's been good.
And how do they contact you?
And either through our website, which is minnesotapersonalinjury.com, minnesotapersonalinjury.com, or at 800-770-7008.
Michael Bryant, Bradshaw, and Bryant. Walzer Automotive introduces the new kids on the block, not the band. It's their 3 newest dealerships. Experience the Walzer way at Wayzata Nissan on 394, or Walzer Polar Chev and Walzer Polar Mazda on Highway 61 in White Bear Lake. I've had all 3 general managers on the podcast, and I can honestly say that Mike, John, and Brett are some of the finest car people in the 7-county mosquito control district. This month, in addition to great deals, they're searching for used cars and will pay Kelly Blue Book Excellent, whether you trade or sell outright. Some reconditioning can apply, so please, no flood cars from Apple Valley. So, if you're shopping for a new or used Chevy, Mazda, or Nissan, check out the new kids on the block. Don't tell them Tom sent you. Just show up and be amazed. That stuff never works anyway. The price of cigarettes is now only 5 cents.
Bye.
Bye.
Buy low, sell high.
I told you that. I don't know if I told you that. Because I've seen you. It seems like I've been on 4 of your shows in the last 38 hours. You're keeping me at
I think that's
in a
true.
cabin. You're keeping me in a cabin.
I am. It's true.
You can't buy, not that I would buy rolling papers, but I have a friend who's very sick and needs medical marijuana. Mm-hmm. And so I volunteered. Nothing to do with me. He's almost dead because he doesn't have enough medical marijuana.
Sorry to hear that.
So I volunteered. They don't sell rolling paper at a convenience store anymore.
They don't?
No. And
I didn't know that.
I said, look, you got cigarettes right there. He goes, we can only sell unflavored cigarettes, which I don't even know what that category means. That means no menthol. And then they show me a whole sheet of paper about they passed a different law. Then I had to go to the liquor store, and then ironically, because I make jokes about it, I ended up buying it at Sex World.
You mean downtown Minneapolis?
This is an absolute true story. I went to the first convenience store. I had a banana. I had a soft drink.
About a block away from there. I know right where you were.
Right, and then they said, go to the liquor store, and the liquor store said, we don't have it. So I literally, at 8:30 in the morning, walked into Sex World with a banana and a soft drink. I was the world's first, it's my first trip to the sex toy shop.
Take a gander.
Yeah. Bring the banana in there. But I didn't know, all these years I've been doing that joke that I love Sex World, but because I'm from California, I prefer the original Sex Land. I've been doing that joke. What are the odds, though, that I would end up in that store?
Sex World.
And I didn't know
true.
it was I thought it was people were naked or something. There was a world of sex in there. No,
Are there parts
they
like that?
sell things.
Are there parts like that? I don't know.
They have like a peep show room. I think.
They do?
Yeah.
With live performers?
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been in
I
there.
don't want to watch anybody play hide the banana.
I don't know,
See,
every-
I tied in the banana.
Hide them, no. And I don't know if it's worse that I had the banana in my hand and looked around and stuck it in my pocket before I went in. I really don't know.
You just had a banana in your pocket? Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
it
it is.
is.
It is a banana.
This was literally the first time I had an interesting anecdote happen to me. Because I have interesting things happen to me, but when I retell them, they don't work. But this one, it was like it came from God to me to walk into a banana. And also, that early in the morning, going into Sex World, it just doesn't look good with or without a banana.
8:30, okay, quick story about Sex World.
You can give me a long story.
Two friends of mine are driving down the road, and one of them says, and I don't want to use their name, so I'll just say Bill and Tim. So Tim's driving, and Bill says, "Hey, I want to go to Sex World." He goes, "I'm not going to Sex World." He goes, I want to go. I've never been there. I want to go to Sex World. He goes, I don't want to go to Sex World. He goes, "Look, just do me a favor. I've never been there. We'll go in. We'll just stay a few minutes. I just want to look around, and we'll leave." Right? And he keeps pushing and pushing and pushing. So Tim finds a parking space. They go into Sex World. Apparently there's a big room in the front where you come in. There's a big entry.
Yeah,
area,
there's a big entry area
and
with
people are on
various
machines or something.
Well, I was so trying not to focus on anything, but
Well, there you go.
but it does seem like there's a whole bunch of stuff there.
So they walk in. The door closes behind Bill, and he lets this huge fart and runs out the door. So
my
basically, he was
God.
trying to tee up his body, and it worked like a charm. I mean, and by the way, these guys were about 40, so they were
Right.
not like teenage boys having fun. No, there was very little maturity going on here. I've never been in sex. I don't think I've ever been in what do they call it, sex shops?
Well, I don't know what they call. I didn't know. I think it's called a sex shop because I have been trying to get this joke to work and it won't work. And the joke is, well, it's not that it doesn't work. I think my execution's poor. But the joke is because it's a choice. I was in a sex shop a couple of months ago, and it's it's not like I was buying a sex toy. It was really humiliating. I was doing a stand-up show, which is true. Stand-up show, and it's bad enough in the comedy club. That's what I've always said, but. So, nobody who's browsing edible underwear wants to hear your show.
Right.
But the only thing I lie about that is that people do enjoy the show in the sex shop.
They do?
Yeah, it's called the Pleasure Chest. And they have the chairs.
Pleasure Chest,
They have the
of course.
chairs set up.
Sure.
And it absolutely works, which just shows either that stand-up is not the high art form I thought it was.
Okay.
Or it's very definitely a low art form that can go anywhere. You put it in a bowling alley. My
That's
choice
true.
was the same.
That's true.
Either way, no
Sex
one's.
shop, bowling alley, wherever.
Yeah.
I did like your. Did you talk to Brandon about this? He wants all the chairs at Acme taken except for 13 of them, so then he can tell everybody he sold it out.
Yeah. No, that's what what I'm doing is like what I do at the Improv. You could do it here at this club, Acme. Is in the Improv they have curtains, so like when there's a small crowd. People think, "Oh, I'm in a very small club." All of a sudden, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow, this
All of
is
a sudden.
packed. So what I'm thinking about doing is just bringing my own curtains, and then people think it's a 13, seat room,
I like
and
it.
sold out. Adding shows every minute because we're sold out of the next 13 seat show.
I think that's the next 13 seat show. I'm sorry, sir, you have a date. We only have 13 seats, and 12 of them are taken. So
I don't know why it doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't matter that Kevin Hart is a multimillionaire.
Sure,
I mean, these things. I'm not someone who's subjected to envy. I haven't been doing high-fiving. I haven't had a Schadenfreude party every day since Louis C.K.'s career crumbled. That's not me. I don't revel in that. Schadenfreude is the greatest word.
Schadenfreude?
The idea that you celebrate other people's misfortunes.
Isn't
I
that just called hatred?
I'm not a serial killer. I'm not some kind of a monster.
I hope not, because I'm sitting right next to you.
I know, but I am obsessed with true crime things now.
But everybody is.
Yeah.
Everybody's
This,
really
I'm the
super
last
big.
person to get. I was like the last person to get into it
So now you're big into it?
Yeah, because of because of the OCD. And if anybody needs an OCD tip, podcasts are perfect because let's say I'm shopping, I have a podcast, I can focus on that instead of worrying. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It sucks up the part of your mind that's compulsive.
That's good.
And it really, really works. But then I've gotten so far in because there's a guy I got into this guy Case File True Crime. And he's like from Australia, and he just like reads like an hour and a half recounting of all these killings. So, and it's unbelievable, but I'm getting oversaturated.
Wait a minute, a second. So he reads about the crime?
No, I think he doesn't. No. I said it wrong. I think he thoroughly researches, and he has writers, and he ends up writing a audio. I can't talk. A vocal. He vocalizes it, but it's written. He's reading what he's written.
Really?
Right. Yeah, and it's compelling because he just tells it, and he has all the facts, and then he does these commercials. So I'm working on Josh Elvis Weinstein does his great impression of. So here's me working on that impression because he does commercials, and he says, they look like dress pants. they look like dress pants, but they aren't. They're yoga pants. So I'm fascinated with all the podcasts sell. I mean, we have a podcast, but we don't sell anything.
You don't?
No, it's called Thought Spiral. It's just me and Josh Elvis Weinstein talking.
You guys are the best, both. I don't see him enough either.
I know.
Both of you.
I don't know. Why can't we? Why don't I move here and make
Good
even
idea.
less opportunities for myself than I currently
sure,
have?
Sure.
Although Hollywood, I told you, they love me now as I'm aging. Oh my God.
Well, that's a
very
good thing.
exciting to them. Can you make it older? They always say to me when I pitch something. Can you pitch it for older people? I'm being sarcastic. If anybody is wondering, I'm saying age is not good in Hollywood.
But let me ask you a question about that.
Yeah.
Don't you think that they should wise up as far as television is concerned and realize that no young people watch television?
Right.
So why don't they aim all their programming at older people anyway?
Well, here's the thing. It's all about a fear of death. I've been informed I'm going to die. So it's like that's separate. I want to be able to go out in my 80s, and I want to be able to play the guest villain on the remake of Murder, She Wrote.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And have I wandered into a tragedy studio of some kind? Where's my usual? I don't feel anything here.
Except for me.
Yeah, yes, you, but these other people. This is what the problem is with the kids today. Yeah, we're playing this guy. Yeah, someone's playing Parcheesi over here. Someone's trying to download Candy Crush, the premium edition,
Premium.
and they're all
Candy
on their
Crush stuff.
phones.
Oh, no,
on my
I'm
phone,
editing.
too.
I am listening, but I am editing.
I'm not even listening to what I'm saying. I'm watching Wimbledon on my phone.
That's true. That's a hell of a position to be in to complain. You're watching Wimbledon.
What'd you say? I just missed that last thing. Just hold on. I'm going to try and get this back.
Isn't that Boris Becker thing sad?
No, I don't know.
You see it?
No, what happened?
You know Boris Becker.
I do. I used to make jokes about him. I hope he's alive.
No, he's still alive, but apparently he is so broke that he had to sell all his trophies and the.
No, you're not
memorabilia.
being. You're talking about Beyond Borg.
But they said Boris Becker in the paper. It's,
I love the way.
It's on
Does
Newser.
anybody have any
I'll look it
reference?
up.
Does anyone have reference? First of all, I love when you have 5 people around you and no one's leaping to look it up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm doing
If I
it
was
right
on your
now.
team, I don't know what it pays,
know.
but put me on your team and I'll be in here. Yes. Let me see that one. Boris Becker, Beyond Borg had to sell all this stuff, but
Yeah, it's Boris Becker, 700,000 pounds.
Wow. Well, I thought he's always doing commentary and he's always
Yeah,
working.
I don't know
I
if
thought.
he's dying or what.
Oh.
I don't know why you would sell 700,000 pounds of memorabilia unless
apparently
you're.
he's deeply in debt.
Oh yeah, he went bankrupt somehow.
This is why I've never made a lot of money or been successful. You know what I'm saying?
You
I don't
avoid the
need
debt.
the pressure. If Boris Becker, one of the greatest tennis players of all time, if he's having problems, why should I try? Is what I'm saying.
Jesus, 150,000 pounds for a replica of the trophy he won in 1989.
That's correct.
Not even the real trophy. That's ridiculous. I could make a replica of that trophy.
Well,
For a lot less than a buck and a half.
it's just interesting that you say that because it was years ago that Bjorn Borg tried to sell his stuff
Yeah, he
and
did.
McEnroe bought his stuff back. for him.
know
Yeah,
that.
and other people got
did
funds
not know
together.
that.
Because Borg walked away from the sport like at, I think, 26 years old.
Yeah.
And we'll be back with more Jewish people trying to recall facts about tennis. People, I look over there. Everyone looks over there.
I look at you. I just stare at you.
Me and you are mishpacha. You know what I'm saying? This is like the least Jewish
whole
room
mishpacha.
except for us two.
That's very true.
Right here.
It's absolutely
I'm
right.
schwitzing from all the rejection.
You looked over there, and I thought, does Andy know the clock?
No, I do know it's a clock. It did take me about 20, 30 minutes to figure
No,
out.
not that you know that it's a clock. That you know that
It's 15 minutes.
Every 15 minutes.
No, I
That's
knew it was
great.
changing, but I thought it was one of the. They had the debt clock, which I used to love.
Oh, I don't like the dead clock.
That used to, and then the other one that was really cheery was the cigarette people dying clock.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so if you're in a traffic jam and you had to stay at the light twice, boom, 80 people died.
The true story. We were just Catherine and I were just over in Europe, Western Europe.
Did you get any chocolate over there?
Yeah. It's, like
I've heard the
55
chocolate
crates.
is very good there.
Oh, it's really,
Yeah.
really quite tasty.
Hope you
There's no
brought some
question
back.
about it. We got lucky, apparently.
Thank goodness, because it's going to be. You've heard about the big shortage of the Swiss chocolate.
This is a true story. So they have cigarette machines in Germany still. There are cigarette machines everywhere.
That's pretty. I don't want to say cool, but it's something.
I have not seen a cigarette machine in years. There's one big difference between the German cigarette machines and what I remember as cigarette machines when I was a kid. Now, on the machine, there are pictures of people whose faces have rotted off from smoking.
Oh, man.
They're in a wheelchair and they're like,
Right.
and there's a big banner, smoking kills. Like,
Yeah.
why would you buy that?
Right.
Great
Yeah, but the
advertising.
thing is, I guess we can say that our optimistic view of what would happen with cigarettes was maybe we didn't think a little bit. Because it looked so great in the old movies.
Oh, in the old
You know what I
movies,
mean? Oh,
it
my
It was
God.
healthy. The doctors were all
They,
saying.
they
thought it
did
was
say
healthy,
have it
yeah.
if you want to relax, and Humphrey Bogart and
Yep.
Somehow
but-
the idea of inhaling massive clouds of, burning paper and tobacco,
yeah.
that never occurred to them that it might be bad for your lungs.
I don't know if I think for hundreds of years they never thought about it, right? People
I think
been
that's
smoking
right, yeah.
for like that. I know I would have been smoking, when I was a caveman. What are you going to do?
Plus, they only live to be like 27. didn't they?
Exactly. What do you?
Yeah.
Relax.
You're going to die from a saber-toothed tiger attack anyway, so lung cancers, you don't have to worry about
True.
that.
In fact, the reason why I am so screwed up with the OCD is because that goes all the way back to the caveman days. It's fight, flight, or freeze. And so when you have OCD, that's all you do all the time.
So you're talking about me now.
You have OCD too?
Oh, I would.
No,
do you think?
you don't.
No, I don't. What do I have? I have something.
A lot of stuff.
You have a lot of Zets.
He goes, you have a lot of stuff. My own
You,
son.
I don't, this relationship right here is why I love it. I love it. There's it's just like he keeps you in your place in a certain way, right?
That's my son, son to father.
Not
yes.
often.
Not often. Okay, well I predicted that, but secretly when he's not around, you're seething, right?
Exactly.
We'll take a break. Be right back in 2 minutes more with
With the
Andy Kindler.
family.
With the whole family. It's Tom Barnard with North American Banking Company CEO and my buddy, Michael Bilski. Michael, let's say somebody has a plan to expand their business this year. How can North American Banking Company get that job done?
At North American Banking Company, we'll take time to understand the customer's needs and wants and their plans for the future. Once we have a good understanding of that, we'll try to solve their financing dilemma. We won't take a cookie-cutter approach to any financing situation.
Wonderful. So if I need cash to expand my podcast, you got a plan for me too?
No.
God, thank you. I see where this is going. I've
Well,
never
we
liked
love
you.
working with you. We can help any business, including a podcast, that's already very successful.
Who's better than you? That's what I want to know.
You
I still
are.
never liked you, though.
You are.
No, never. Don't try to make up. I don't like it. Why not bank with my banker, North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. Tom Barnard here for Whiting Clinic LASIK and Cataract. There's no better time than now to ditch your contacts and pitch your glasses. Whiting Clinic is the place I trusted to do this for me, and it's not just me. There's a reason Whiting Clinic is the #1 LASIK practice in the United States. Dr. Whiting's unsurpassed experience, the most advanced Contura laser technology, and lifetime coverage are all backed by Whiting Clinic's best price guarantee. Being the experts they are, they wanted to make sure you have the very best for your eyes, just like I did. Call now for Whiting Clinic's $500 off LASIK savings. If you're like me, not a big fan of glasses and contact lenses, then it's time you found out if you're a candidate for LASIK. And Whiting Clinic is definitely the place to go. Call 855-554-2020 today or visit whitingclinic.com to set up your free LASIK consultation. Remember to tell them that I sent you and save $500 on your LASIK.
Offer good for a limited time. Call Whiting Clinic for details. Good for both eyes only. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Nancy Pelosi
Not very smart.
is a good strategy. She's great on this strategy.
Well, especially like redirecting funds to her husband's businesses and his own. Well, you don't know she does that?
I can't have any heroes. All of a sudden, everyone.
No. Yeah, it's fine to have you. My hero's Al Capone. So, you know.
Well, I think that was what's her name? Mitch McConnell's wife.
Oh, they all do it. Name somebody who doesn't do.
Not me. Nobody shovels me in.
No, I'm talking about politicians.
It was involved with the payola scandals. And,
You were?
when I first came in and they offered you money to play.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Could you please play my favorite Kindler kind of Christmas? Yes, I'll play it for you. No problem.
You know, there's a great podcast out about that whole thing. I had no idea about that whole. Like, who was the guy who came up with the word Freed? Alan Freed.
Oh,
and
Alan
how
Freed,
he-
yeah.
Yeah, just how the whole thing. Everybody got.
I mean, his career?
his
Rock
career
and all that?
Yeah, and just how much money was involved with it, and, how much money continued to be involved with it.
My favorite is the Maurice Levy story.
Yeah.
Maurice Levy brings in Tommy James, Roulette Records, right? And he brings in Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers. And they release, Why Do Fools Fall in Love? I think that's the name of the song. Big hit. But the first pressing was written by Frankie Lyman. Second pressing was written by Frankie Lyman and Morris Levy.
Right.
Third pressing, written by Morris Levy.
Yeah, I mean, that was like.
Oh, God, they were so
He's in this
filthy.
podcast. This podcast is all about him. It's all about him
all
and
about-
Alan Freed and.
Really?
Because in certain ways, Morris Levy was like he hired black acts when nobody
He
else
did,
did.
yeah, that's very true.
But when it came to this greed side or
Yeah.
the money side, it wasn't.
So basically what you just said is that Morris Levy thought he could sucker black people out of money. That's what you're saying.
And not only that, he made. It's always got to be a Jewish name, right? And then people
Morris
think,
Levy.
yeah. So it's like people think I'm going to take advantage of them.
Well,
All
your
of a
real
sudden.
name is Muttle.
Listen, sign a release, Tom. Look, I'm willing to give you my appearance here. I license my appearance here.
Yes,
that's
yes.
not a problem.
I understand that completely. No.
It's 23 minutes. This is why I have ADD.
We
Just
should probably not let you sit there next time. You can't see the clock.
I like the colors, though. Really.
There's blue and there's red and there's
Oh, okay. Maybe one more color would be good.
one more color.
Yeah, like something purple, something mauve. And then there's mauve. Come on, everybody. Who doesn't like puns?
I've always liked puns.
And the song parodies from the 80s? And then there's
yeah.
mauve.
Oh, yeah.
I could throw that in there and go back.
It'd be unbelievable. I don't think there's any question about that.
This comedy used to go, Fruit Loops, one of the 5 food groups.
Really?
Because of laughs like that, he was able to have a career.
I have never interviewed someone before who's watching tennis while I'm interviewing them.
I'm not really watching it.
Yes, you are. Yeah, there you go. There you have it right there. Who's winning?
Federer is up a break in this set. I can't even look at it.
Why not?
Because I don't want anything to distract from my razor precision to comedy.
But that's not possible. You're so razor sharp that even if you watch tennis at the same time.
Well, ask me what
You're
the
fine.
secret of a good comedian is.
What's the secret?
Timing!
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
It's great to be here. It's great to do that joke.
Great to
Ladies
be
and
here.
germs. I don't have to call you ladies and I don't have to call you ladies and gentlemen. You know who you are. Those are actual lines.
Oh, I got to ask you, because you've been here all week. Because I just got back into town Wednesday.
Yeah.
So you've been here all week, though, Tuesday.
Since Tuesday,
Since
yeah.
Tuesday. That's
Wow.
pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Oh yeah, I love. I mean, this is the great. It remains the greatest club.
It is. There's no question. Did your buddy come back again this year?
Who's that?
The guy in the front row, where I had to look at the guy and say, "Don't do that."
Oh,
Remember that guy?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen. I've had no trouble. Only trouble this week was just these people were so drunk, but they were good-spirited drunk people. You know, once people get drunk, they don't know that they shouldn't have done it. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, well, that's true.
And
You're
there's the
absolutely
one guy
right
in the
about
row was
that.
like, "Come on!" Yeah, he was in charge of them.
Let me just tell you something. Yeah, that's a
And then
great
after the
deal.
show, sorry, I called you.
People don't heckle as much as they used to, though, do they?
No, especially like at Acme, they don't.
No, at Acme, I don't.
Yeah.
Well, that was the only heckler I ever saw. I blame that on you. So that was.
I bring out a negative side. People just want to scream at me.
For some reason, they get really mad at you about
Oh.
the what's the thing you were holding up again?
Red Bull.
It's Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Worst stuff ever made
I know
in
it
history.
is.
But people do not like you making fun of Red Bull, man.
Oh, I
Super
think it's
popular.
I
so.
think it's. I got a call from their corporate offices and said, "Watch it, buddy boy."
Is that how they talk in India?
Well, what they're saying is that look, I said, if you play cards right, and you can have a case of the horrible tasting liquid. Sent to us. I'm willing to do that.
Does it have a ton of caffeine in it, or what?
Oh,
is
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It
that's
has
Taurine.
it has caffeine and taurine, and
Yep.
whatever is in it works. And I like it when I'm performing, but you can't. But if you want to do a second can, that's when it's open. It's Katie bar the door. At that point.
At that point.
Yeah.
You just mentioned taurine, and I was told when I was much younger, don't ever drink anything with taurine in it because he claimed it was bull sperm.
Yeah, that's what people used to say.
They did
But
absolutely.
I certainly hope it isn't. And then if it is, is that so wrong? Is it wrong that didn't dissuade me? Well, I'm
know
taking
there's-
several bull sperm items right now.
Are you?
Yeah, eye cream. Bull sperm eye cream.
Bull sperm eye cream. Now we're talking.
It's just an amino acid.
Can you
That's all it is,
imagine
so
if your
don't worry
life
about it.
was taken up by extracting bull sperm?
There are people that's their job. They gotta get it.
Or horses.
Yep.
Or cows. Yeah.
Well, maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. How much does it pay?
Yeah, that's a possibility. As a city boy, I do remember going up to my aunt and uncle's farm about 125 miles northwest of here, and they had the what do you call the vet? But are they something other than vets when they do the stock and all? I don't know.
I don't know.
But I had never seen this before.
A furrier.
I don't know what the hell. No, he's not a farrier. It was a doctor checking out the health of some cow.
Yeah.
And I'm from the city, so I don't know anything about checking on the health of cows. And as I'm talking to him, this guy's putting on this plastic glove, goes all the way up to his
Yep.
shoulder.
Ooh.
The plastic glove is all the way up his shoulder, and he's talking to me. He goes, "Yeah, so anyway, Tom, when I was telling he puts his arm up the cow's rectum.
Oh.
Yep.
Apparently, what do they check for? It was like prostate cancer? or
Maybe
the-
that was just it was just him doing that. Did
Yeah,
you ever think of that?
it wasn't even a
Just
doctor.
was his thing.
I worked with the circus, and that was his bit. What? And give up show business?
I
Gross.
just, for a city kid, that was a weird thing, though.
I think
It's
even no
a
matter
weird-
where you're from,
Yeah,
you don't
it's a
want to see
weird thing
that.
no matter where you're from.
So, since the cows are females, aren't they?
Yeah, bulls are male.
Bulls are male. So he wouldn't be checking their prostate.
No, it might have been artificially inseminating them.
Oh, you know what? I think that's right.
Up
That's what they
someone's
do.
backside?
Yep.
Well, I mean,
I don't
when you're a
really-
city boy, you don't really know which opening's which one.
I
Yeah.
have no
It's
idea.
the same.
I got no idea about openings.
This sounds like the worst edition of City Slickers.
Yes.
City Slickers 4.
Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal
My
sticks his
cow's
hand up
name is
her-
Norman. He's a bull.
Yes. I loved Billy Crystal. Where the hell did he go? Now he comes to town about once a year now, doesn't he?
He seems to be an angry guy, I think, in many ways.
Why? He's had a wonderful
I don't think
career.
there's any reason why he should be, but it happens to be like an unpleasant guy.
See, every time
There's a
I've ever
lot of
talked-
those.
Yeah, I
Let me.
suppose that's
He's been nice to you.
He's always been
Let me
nice.
finish. He's exactly the kind of guy who makes this business go round.
No, but I don't know. Do you think it's just, I don't know, my demeanor or something? People generally are nice to me.
Well, even nobody's like so, unless you're like Dennis Miller or Trump. Nobody is so
there's Dennis
mean all
Miller.
the time that they can't possibly be nice.
There are some of those.
There are
people.
some.
They're few and far between, though.
Who is another one?
Well, that Colin whatever guy.
Oh, Colin.
the hell, Colin
Colin
Kane?
Kane.
Yeah.
Colin Kane, yeah, he was a.
I mean, he could have just been, I don't know.
Who's Colin Kane?
Might have had a recent stroke or something.
He used
we
to
don't
be a
really know.
stand-up guy, but you don't hear his name anymore because he's such a prick.
I
Yep.
just heard his name the other day, though. Is he in Minneapolis?
No.
Thing?
No. Colin Kane is.
Let me write it down. Maybe I
Brandon, you should know. It's your business.
I know of him, but I
You
don't
know
know
anything about him. He's never been. He's never been at Acme.
Well, then there's these
think maybe
right-wing
once.
guys like Steven Crowder or something.
Who?
That's right.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
right.
Stephen.
Oh, yeah,
Crowder.
Ricky Gervais. He's another one who's just
Yeah, he's
unhappy all
he's
the time.
He's always
Yeah.
unhappy. That's very.
There's
very
a lot of them out there, but I think with Ricky, he wasn't always that way. But then he got that way. But by
Yeah,
then he
that's
was
true.
so big that it didn't matter. But if you start out that way, I don't think you're going to make it.
Oh, I think it matters. I think a lot of people can't stand him.
Yeah?
He hates Muslims so much.
He hates everything.
He hates Ricky Gervais.
He hates Muslims.
He hates
Well,
all
he's-
people. He hates all religion.
Yeah, he's super
He super hates your
duper
religion.
Oh, he's
atheist. So
anti-religion.
Yeah.
any
But-
religion, he thinks you're a moron.
And then he rubs elbows with a lot of these right wing, alt-right, not alt-right,
does?
but he doesn't know that he does because
He
they're
hates
just-
the right wing too, but he also hates religion. So it's like
Yeah,
he
but
doesn't have any friends anywhere. Really.
But he's still, but these people that he's gravitating to, he'll get brushed up against the right wing because he's saying something that they like, right? And then he doesn't realize what he's saying.
Which is what does he say?
Okay, for example, a couple of weeks ago, everybody was saying, "Oh, this guy, he's this right wing, whoever his name is, Andy NGO, and he got milkshakes
yeah,
from
yeah.
you." And then
He got punched out, too.
That's what he's coming. But there was all this rumor based on a rumor that someone told the Portland police that they were putting cement in it. There was never any
No.
proof of anything. But anyway, because he's in England, he doesn't know that. Whatever you want to say like about Antifa, it's not like white. That's not the big problem like white supremacy. And so he's weighing in on these things where there's so much more.
You think there's a big problem with white supremacy?
Yeah, I mean, sure,
Where?
violence from it. Well, like Andre Breivik in Norway who killed all those people. And,
That's in Norway, though.
and people going.
Who
to
We're
cares
not
about
taking
Norway?
blame for
How
that.
about the guy in
You're not dumping it on me,
How about the
Buster.
guy in the church? In what was it, Charlotte?
Christchurch.
Oh yeah, when he
Oh,
walked in
yeah.
and shot
And
everybody.
he's a white supremacist.
Yeah, I suppose.
Timothy
there-
McVeigh was a white supremacist. I mean,
Yeah,
whatever
he
you
was
wanna
too.
call
Yeah,
it.
he was.
Whatever you
No, he
wanna call
was.
that.
He was absolutely.
But because he's weighing in on these things ignorantly in a way, and then he'll never admit that he makes a mistake.
No, he doesn't.
No, never. He
Who,
never
Gervais?
admits it. Gervais never
Yeah,
admits
no,
it.
Yeah, he
So
won't.
then he starts to go, well, I object to violence on either side. Yeah, but that's not the point. You dove into something that you bought
Oh,
the
yeah.
framing of,
Yeah.
and now you've lost. But he's just, do you know that he literally lurks and finds out every negative comment.
Yep.
Oh, does
Anybody
he
says
really?
Like,
Oh,
He's
people
one of those
aren't even
people.
saying at Ricky Gervais.
Don't do that, Ricky. That's
It's
a
not-
bad idea.
Well, some people are just they get off on being mad, and
No,
he's one of those
absolutely.
people.
No, that's true. He loves being mad. You're absolutely right. And by the way, Joe from Louisville just texted me and said, Jeremy Piven's the biggest prick you've ever met.
I can't see how that's not true. I worked with him.
What
I
a
worked with him
horrible human being.
When he, I did an episode of Ellen and he was on there.
Oh,
and he
you-
was
oh, really?
So obnoxious. There was like this thing where he was like I was. It was Ellen Goes to Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, so I was playing a
Yeah.
rabbinical person.
He had
named
you as a
Ash.
Jew? How'd that fit?
How did it go? But I play guitar. That's what got me in it.
Ah.
Yeah, exactly.
So he kept changing the name of the band, and he says to one of the writers, he goes, "Yeah, I'm trying to come up with different things because I thought we're doing a comedy here." That's
Oh,
what he says to
God.
one of the
Oh,
writers.
God. Oh.
And then there's supposed to be a lot of sexual harassment things with him.
You know what he did to me? He's sitting in the Studio B there over at KQRS, and he's got the opener with him.
What is he playing?
He was playing Rick Bronson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was playing Rick Bronson's house comedy. But he had his opening act with him, so I'm not going to ignore the open. You brought him, so I'm not going to ignore the guy, right? So I'm talking to him, I'm asking these questions, and all of a sudden Jeremy Piven says to me, "Why are you talking to him? I'm Jeremy Piven." I'm like, oh, God.
Didn't he say like I'm the talent? Or
I'm the
something?
talent. That's what he said.
I would
Yeah.
have said who?
Who? Jeremy who?
Oh, you're here you're delivering the pizza, right?
He's done now, though, isn't he? I mean,
He's so terrible. He
done.
lied about that. When he wanted to get out of that play.
Oh,
He said
yeah,
mercury
yeah.
poisoning.
Oh, yeah.
He lied about having mercury poisoning.
Well, he said he got it from eating sushi.
That, I mean, I guess if you eat like 50 pounds of sushi
Right.
a day,
So his story was very, very faulty. But he just wanted to get out of the play.
do people in your business and, all the people in New York and Hollywood and all the rest of it, are they kind of glad these guys are being weeded out?
I would hope so.
I think so.
I mean, I hated that guy Weinstein years ago. What's his name?
Harvey?
Harvey?
Yeah, because he was just a
God,
jerk.
I thought you were talking about...
Don't tell Josh.
Don't tell Josh. He's
I'm plotting
J-E-W. I love that kid. I've known him since he was 15 years old.
That is unbelievable to me. When I see the footage of him
It's phenomenal.
back then, so great.
He's as good as it gets.
What about me then?
Well, no, you are the supreme being of all comedy.
I am the stir that stirs the drink.
Something. The stir. The
Isn't
stir.
that what Reggie Jackson was? He was the
Straw.
Yes, he
The
was.
straw that stirs the drink.
Yeah, that's what it
now, of course, straws are clogging up the seas.
Ooh, I got a great metal straw story for you when we come back. It's phenomenal. And it's
I'm
true.
ready for it.
We'll be right back with the family. Andy Kindler, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, tomorrow night at Acme.
Wait, have we been on the whole time?
Yes.
Laugh it up.
Could you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were great.
You're joking with me now.
No, we're still on.
This is the first time I've ever not known I was on the radio. I thought we were waiting for something. Did you just come back? How long have we been on?
50 minutes ago.
What's the matter with? I gotta go to a doctor from here.
Now you're fine.
Oh,
You
I'm
did a
back
great
here. I'm
job.
back here like I'm a method. Yeah, I don't use the mic like that, man. Saying, if you can't find where I'm putting out the vocals, that's your bad.
And if you didn't know you were on, and if any of those people we were just talking about,
Oh my God!
just tell them that was Tom doing an impression of me. Because I don't give a rat's ass what they think.
Were we talking about Jeremy Piven and on the air?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, he's the biggest prick ever born. Who cares what
Well,
he
there you
thinks?
go.
Plus, his career's over anyway.
oh my God!
You're fine.
Oh, okay. One time, my favorite story with him was that I met him.
Okay, we'll come back and do that because we got to take a
I
break.
can't understand what you're doing here.
Taking a break.
Just we'll stop those numbers.
15, 15, and 15.
And, oh, okay. All right. I got it now for sure. I'll stop.
Right back. What are the things you want to avoid when it comes time to sell your home? Hey, it's Tom with my realtor, Chris Lindahl. If you're like most people, it's things like open houses, staging, decluttering, repairs, maintenance, and all the people coming through your house.
Hey, Tom, the Guaranteed Offer program from Chris Lindahl Real Estate was created for people like you so that you can avoid the things that you don't like doing when it comes time to sell your home. We have been presenting offers for homes in most price ranges. Homeowners are loving our Guaranteed Offer program, especially how much money they are making on their home sale without the inconveniences.
So this program is for all price ranges and conditions, including perfectly maintained homes.
Most homes do qualify. To see if your home qualifies, go to chrislindahl.com and click Get Offer right now. Will you be the next homeowner to accept an offer from our Guaranteed Offer program? Find out now. If you qualify, you will get an offer in 48 hours or less, and the best part is you get to pick a closing date that is convenient for you and close in as little as 3 weeks.
Go to chrislindahl.com right now to see if you qualify or call 763-401-SOLD. That is 763-401-SOLD. Hi, it's Tom. After achieving my goal of losing 92.5 pounds in less than 5 months, thanks to the Sheehy brothers and the amazing staff at Nutrimost in Plymouth, I'd like to encourage you to let Nutrimost help you shed those unwanted pounds too. Besides eating fresh foods, another one of the reasons that the Nutrimost weight loss plan works so well is the one-on-one coaching that you receive. We all know the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So, how long have you been trying to lose weight on your own without the help of a coach? When you have someone keeping you accountable, it makes achieving your goal so much easier. Make a commitment to your health and let Nutrimost help you with your weight loss journey. I encourage you to schedule your immediate consultation or attend the Nutrimost free dinner at 6:30 p.m. on Monday, June 24th at Jake's in Plymouth. Nutrimost guarantees that you lose 20 pounds or more. Call now, 763-333-7337.
Are we back?
Rickroll, baby.
Yeah.
We're back with Rickroll.
That's Michael McDonald.
What is that song?
This one?
This
I'm
never
not.
going
No,
to give you
and
up.
then you've given me a mic thing that has no sound in it. Or whatever. Am I not even hooked up?
Oh, are your headphones on?
I have headphones that aren't even connected to the studio.
God.
There, they're on. They're so...
Oh, Rick Astley.
Yeah.
I used to tour with him.
You know what a bitch it is for me to hit notes like that?
Oh, well, I don't think he did a good job of it.
Oh, I love that song. I love
because,
Rick Roll, man.
I used to love
Very
Spandau
good impression.
Ballet. Remember them?
Spandau Ballet. Sure.
With a pill on my tongue, in my heart. These are the sound.
Brandon, you should call an ambulance, I think.
Have you heard my vibrato? Thinking about you all night long. These are the sounds of the world. I got a ticket to the world.
You should save some of this.
I should. Well, I used to love the bands that were being, they all of a sudden sounded British. Like,
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I was working as a waitress in a topless bar. That much was true. Don't you want me?
Oh, my God.
This has been literally the weirdest experience in my life. I swear to God, never in my life have I gone for 15 minutes
Not knowing you're
totally
on
not
here.
censoring anything in my mind.
But you didn't do anything wrong.
Well,
so
that's the
good.
thing. It's amazing.
I would have probably said, okay, we gotta edit that out.
Yeah, because I'm an OCD guy, and it could have been terrible because
No,
OCD people overshare. But you know what? I knew that this was your plan all along. Years
25
ago,
years I've
when you
known
liked
you.
my mom's Jewish impression.
That's exactly right.
And then you
How
said-
are the fajitas? It hooked me for life. How are the fajitas?
And this is how it goes down. The final prank.
The final
Andy
prank.
Kindler's career was he was like Arthur Godfrey. Until they
Yes.
saw-
There's a current reference right there.
Does anybody know what Arthur Godfrey did?
Yes.
No.
He was a talk show.
Right, but do you know how he lost his I think his career went downhill.
It did.
Yeah,
But
because
I don't know why.
he was saying he started to chew out. Well, there's two stories. He started to chew out his singer because he was taking another gig or something, and he had such a great reputation,
Right.
that people had never seen that side to him before.
So they thought he would never get angry? I just
Well,
love
no,
that
he
about
was,
people.
but he was really angry. Arthur Godfrey was like,
Was he like Tom angry?
no, but I think he was like no. He was like, no, he's like facing the crowd. Facing the crowd, that
Oh,
outlander
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I wish I had any facts at all that I could pull up.
You have tons of facts.
I do, but there's stuff somewhere down below the Grateful Dead concert I saw in 1977.
Is that true?
Well, no. I think I have all my marbles. I just don't have enough of them to begin with.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We've talked about that many times, though, over the years.
My marbles?
No, mine too. our collective marble.
No, we're both people who look. I haven't thrown anybody out of a window, but I have never had an office on a high floor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's one of my favorite scenes, and it was my favorite year. I think it was when we go up to Sid Caesar. He just takes his hat and coat and throws it out the 50th story window.
Well, he was supposedly like it would just grab people by the lapels.
Oh, Sid Caesar?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. He would get a little. Well, he's Italian. What do you think was going to happen?
I can't believe. See, I thought he was Jewish.
He was Jewish.
Oh, damn it! he was during the years where people would take these Roman names.
See, I just thought of that. I don't want anyone knowing I'm a Jew. I'll take an Italian name.
Right.
What? They're
Well-
the most recent immigrants to the country. Let's take that name.
Well, the one I'm fascinated with was Johnny Cougar, and then he changed his name to Mellencamp because he said like, oh, couldn't take the fakeness. Who told him to pick Cougar? There's a lot of names between Cougar and the horrible Mellencamp sound. Could have been Johnny Panther. Johnny Panther.
Panther be all right.
Johnny Tiger.
I like Johnny Tiger. Let me think that. Now, people do make odd. Look, did they force the name Johnny Cougar on him at the record label? Did they say you can't be John Mellencamp, you have to be Johnny Cougar?
They might have.
They know, but here's what I think. I think they said you're going to be Johnny Cougar, but he could have resisted that part of it.
I would think.
He was okay. We all agree that Mellencamp not happening, but do I have to be a horrible cougar?
Yeah, because they're not friendly animals. Right.
I think you're too. This is before they had lady cougars.
Yeah.
Oh,
See?
it is before they had lady cougars. You're absolutely right about that.
Yeah, so he actually, I take it back. He should have stuck with Johnny Cougar.
Nah, Mellencamp's not a good move.
I don't know, the songs and the people living in the houses and the chili dogs and the tasty freeze. He lost me at some point.
He did.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was Tony DeFries, his manager. He said Mellencamp was too hard to market, so you're Johnny Cougar now.
So you're Johnny Cougar now. So now, what kind of that way is for a manager? Is it a manager?
Yes.
I think so.
He also
Yeah.
managed David Bowie, so.
Oh, he did?
Well, my birth name. I changed my name because my birth name was too Jewish.
What?
My birth name was Tony Curtis.
Oh, see? I told him to go with Bernard Schwartz, but he wouldn't listen to me.
Bernie Schwartz.
Bernie Schwartz, his real name.
Every Jew. That's why I thought it was incredible that Greenbaum, who's the guy who wrote Spirit in the Sky?
Norman Greenbaum.
Yeah, he wouldn't change his name. He's the only Jew in show business.
And he sings a song about Jesus.
Yeah, he's like, why can't Norman Greenbaum get a meeting? I wrote Spirit in the Sky.
Spirit in the Sky.
Norman, change your name.
You know what's really funny about that? True story. When that song came out, I was working in radio, and the program director was a nice Jewish boy, and he said, "You can play that song, but you can't say who sings it." He wouldn't let us say Norman Greenbaum.
Oh my God! Oh, that's going back. Actually, going back is even worse because then we were like the Pharaoh was. One of my first jokes was the Jews talk about Hitler because we can't remember that much about the Pharaoh.
Did anybody get it?
No, they didn't. But I was proud. I was proud that this was back from 1989. I was like, I didn't think I had any funny jokes when I first started, and that's not a bad joke.
But that's when you did that recorded that stand-up was about 1989, wasn't it?
Maybe you're right. So I'm talking about more like 85, 86.
85, 86.
Yeah.
When did the original... Where were you when you recorded that first special?
That was in Tempe, Arizona, the HBO Young Comedian special. But I also did Evening at the Improvs and that kind of stuff.
Well, because I remember Doug Dixon, my friend, said you would love this guy.
So this is one with is Baltimore Strict Garden? Was it that whole role?
It was Round Up the Jews.
Yeah, that was like
It was, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I'm not getting on that train. It's not. Yeah, it's going to Baltimore, Stuttgart, Cleveland, Vetusbroden.
It was unbelievable. Well, you broached subjects I'd never heard anybody talk about before.
Well, I don't want to say that I'm a pioneer, but I like when you say it.
Yeah, that's what I say. You're a pioneer.
No, but I know what you mean, though. I mean, like, when I first started, I
loved it.
I didn't think I was going to talk about. I thought I'd talk about being Jewish and then like let it go. But I just got more and more into it.
But was it your aunt or your mother that went California?
I know that's my mother.
It's
my mother, but it's my mother, but it's all. It's not her voice. It's people from Queens. So it's like she got off the thing is she got off of the plane to one of those tour guide books. She goes, Andy, did you know that San Francisco was the 5th largest textile manufacturer in the early 40s? Andy, do you know about the Spanish explorers and the Franciscan monks? Andy, I want to visit Sausalito. Sausalito, a small fishing village north of the Golden Gate Bridge, nestled in lovely Marin County. But the actual line was an actual line that my mother said at the restaurant. It was just a non sequitur.
Phenomenal.
She looks at the menu. She goes, Andy, you live in California. How are the fajitas?
That joke's been around for 30 years.
Yeah, I think so. It's like
30 years.
I think it was even in Dr. Katz.
It's still funny as hell. Man.
Oh, I just love that combination of the people from Queens and my mom. Because everything I say that she said like, she just wants to say, Andy, you're a bartender. Fix your Uncle Sandy a scotch and soda. How do you make that, Andy? Scotch and soda. Very nice.
Oh.
It's a wonderful thing.
It makes me feel good inside when I do it.
Made me feel good inside watching it.
It's hilarious.
God, I cannot believe that was 30 years ago.
I have decided that there is no time. Where time is, we're all in the now.
Irrelevant.
No, I cannot believe how much I cannot, and I can't remember. It's not like I forgot everything, but I don't have forgotten things. I mean, I can bring them back in my mind, but there was a time in my life where I could remember my whole life. You know, like when you're a kid, every year seemed like 45 years, and then it's just like I was on the road, and now here I am in the studio with the family. You know what I mean?
Well, I've never been able to remember 90% of what happened before I turned like 15 for some reason. So, hey.
I can't remember anything.
It's like my dad's favorite example is Washington, D.C. I remember like nothing about going there.
Goes to Washington, D.C. and doesn't remember being there.
Yeah.
I remember that was one of my first trips. Like as a kid, I went with my the school kids to Washington, D.C.
It's the amazing part of that to me is that you don't remember that guy grabbing your arm on the street. That's amazing.
I don't remember basically anything except for the Vietnam Memorial. I remember that.
Yeah.
I cried when I went to the Vietnam Memorial.
Why wouldn't you? Absolutely.
It's unbelievable. I think it's the best memorial I've ever seen.
I saw 4 guys that I grew up with on that wall. It was just, man, that was tough.
And it's sculpture. It's just built in a way that as you go down into it,
it's very stark.
Did you see the silent drill team?
What's that?
Over at 8th and I, that's where we were. The Marine Corps silent drill team.
I don't remember that.
It was unbelievable.
But why did you get your arm? Maybe he blocked it out because it was traumatic.
This guy. Well, first of all, we left the barracks where they did the silent drill team. I get out and nobody had told me that aren't any taxis coming in this neighborhood at night. Not anymore. The neighborhood has changed now somewhat from what I hear. I don't know what the situation, but the guy literally said, down that way about 5 blocks is a subway. That's the only way you're getting out of here. But I'm telling you, you're going to walk through the worst part of the neighborhood. And I said, whatever. So I'm talking to Catherine, saying, okay, you get up against the building, and then Alex, then Andy, and I'll be on the outside and behind you, so I'll be able to see if anybody comes near you. My wife says, nah, I don't want to do this. So I'm arguing with her. I turn around. This guy's got Andy by the arm saying, give me some money. Right? So I had to walk up. He doesn't remember this.
Nope.
I had to walk up to the guy and put my hand on his shoulder, and I said, you have 3 seconds, and then I'm going to kill you.
Wow.
And so we counted it down, and all of a sudden he let go of his arm, but he dropped his hat. I do remember that, and he bent over to pick it up, and he just left.
Oh.
How could you not remember that?
Because it's traumatic. It is traumatic. That's why.
It was traumatic,
maybe.
I suppose, yeah.
And maybe that happened every year till you were 15. He brought you to some other crazy place. I wouldn't walk if I were you, sir, but bring your whole family and go 5 blocks that way.
Yes, get the hell out of here. We don't need you around.
I see a lawsuit. Lawsuit.
Uh-oh.
The therapy.
Therapy. That'd be good.
I'm in therapy for the last 2 years. First time, the oldest Jew to enter therapy.
About that, though.
Prozac, very nice.
That was actually a very sweet moment because you had lost someone, and last time I saw you, and you gave me a big hug, and it was a very sweet thing.
Yeah, it really was. It was. It's so weird that when you do lose someone in your life, your whole perspective changes.
Oh God, yes.
But I do have a bad habit now of making inappropriate jokes.
Not you.
Well, this joke makes me laugh so hard that I wrote, but nobody. You have to get the original joke it was based on, and then you have to get that it seems inappropriate. So, the joke is my mother turned to me at my father's wedding. My mother turned to me at my father's funeral, and she said, "Andy, I have to, but you." Now you have to know the joke that's based on, which Tom knows the joke is based on. Is the guy who comes home and finds his best friend in bed with his wife, and he goes, "Harry, I have to, but you." So I take that and put it in a more inappropriate setting.
Yeah, it's making it even more inappropriate. Yeah. I think it got Kindler written all over it.
I just think it's like, I never thought I would lose any. I was just so lucky.
I know.
And I just one of those blessed lives. So I thought, if it ever does happen, I'll probably run off the face of the earth. But
you didn't.
I survived it.
It's a good thing.
And I'm back, folks. And I want you to buy my new book called Why Not?
Why Not?
12 Steps. 12 Steps to making.
I think somebody already wrote that.
10 Steps.
10 steps.
My new 10 steps.
No, 10 Commandments. That's been done.
Okay.
Too.
My new 8-step program. Are you tired of the 10 Commandments? Do the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. Is that 4 steps too many? Well, Andy Kindler's 8 steps My 8 steps to success includes the 5 stages of grief, though, unfortunately.
There's a lot of that. Tonight, tomorrow night, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, 2 shows, Acme Comedy Company. That's always a great joy to see you, my friend.
This was so much fun. I enjoyed yesterday. I enjoyed today. And I don't know. It's like, it's just like I'm cavelling.
He's cavelling, ladies and gentlemen. One person in this room knew what you're talking about.
Well, there's a lot of, and that person's taking notes to report back to the government.
Yes, that's exactly. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.